Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to talking about the orbit and its diseases. So, the bony orbit is quadrangular truncated pyramid which is formed by anterior cranial fossa above and maxillary sinus below. Now, the walls of the orbit, the roof is formed by the frontal and sphenoid, and the lateral wall is formed by the sphenoid and the zygomatic. The medial wall is formed by the lacrimal ethmoid maxilla, and the floor is formed by the maxilla palatine zygomatic bone. The base of the orbit, the orbital apex, which has the two orifice optical canal and the superior orbital fissure. The orbital fascia. It is the thin connective tissue membrane lining the various intraorbital structures, divided into the fascia bulbi, Tenon's capsule, which is the envelope globe from the margins of the cornea to optic nerve, and its lower part thickened to form sling on which the globe rests, known as the suspensory ligament of Lockwood. The second is muscular sheath, intermuscular septa, membranous expansion of the extraocular muscles, and the ligament of Lockwood. Now the contents of the orbit. The volume of each orbit is 30 cc, 1 by 5th occupied by the eyeball. Other contents are fat, connective tissue system, which contain the periorbita, orbital septum, Tenon's capsule, blood vessels, nerves, extraocular muscles. Now the contents of superior orbital fissure. This is the superior orbital fissure. The contents are recurrent meningeal branch of ophthalmic artery, lacrimal nerve, frontal nerve, superior ophthalmic vein, trochlear nerve, upper division of oculomotor nerve, nasociliary nerve, abducens nerve, lower division of the oculomotor nerve, inferior ophthalmic vein. This is the optic canal which contains the optic nerve, ophthalmic artery. Now, this is the common tendinous ring. Now, the surgical space of the orbit. The importance is as most of the orbital pathology tend to remain in the space in which they are formed. First is the subperiosteal space. This is the potential space between the bone and the periorbita, known as the periostea. Second is the peripheral space. It is bounded peripherally by the periorbita and internally by the four recti. This is the central space, which is also known as the muscular cone on the retrobulbar space. It is bounded anteriorly by the Tenon's capsule and peripherally by the four recti muscles. Now this is the Tenon's space. It is a potential space around the eyeball between the sclera and the Tenon's capsule. Diseases of the orbit. First is the proptosis. It is a forward displacement of the eyeball beyond the orbital margins. Note one point that the exophthalmos for the displacement associated with the thyroid eye diseases. Now the classification or etiology. First is the unilateral proptosis. It may be due to congenital, dermoid cyst, orbital teratoma. Traumatic, due to the orbital hemorrhage, intraorbital foreign bodies. Inflammatory, due to the orbital cellulitis and cavernous sinus thrombosis. Circulatory disturbances, angioneurotic edema, cyst of the orbit, hematic cyst and the implantation cyst, the tumors and the mucocele of the paranasal sinuses. Note one point that most common of the unilateral proptosis is in the child orbital cellulitis, in adult thyroid ophthalmopathy. Now the second is bilateral proptosis. It may be due to the developmental anomalies of skull, osteopathies, inflammation, endocrinal exophthalmos, tumors, symmetrical lymphoma, systemic diseases, amyloidosis, Wagner's granulomatosis. Note one point that most common cause of the bilateral proptosis in the child is the neuroblastoma and the leukemia. And in the adult is thyroid ophthalmopathy. Third is the acute proptosis, which may be due to the hemorrhage or vital emphysema. The fourth is the intermittent proptosis. The most common cause is the orbital varix, which is always unilateral, most common in the child. Bags of warm consistency. The orbital edema, which is periodic. If the proptosis increase with the upper respiratory tract infection, it is also known as the orbital lymphangioma. If the proptosis increase on crying, known as the capillary hemangioma in the childs and the encephalocele in the infants. If the proptosis increase on the bending forward, Valsalva maneuver, known as the orbital varices, now the pulsating proptosis. It may be due to the carotico-cavernous fistula, deficient orbital roof, ipsilateral headache, complete ophthalmoplegia. The investigations are Hertel's exophthalmometer. If more than 21 millimeter proptosis, it measures from at the distance from the lateral orbital rim and the anterior part of the worst eye. In the plain X-ray, the Cardwell view, the water view, a lateral view, and a Rees view for the optic foramina exposure required. Now the orbital cellulitis. It is the acute infection of the soft tissue of the orbit behind the orbital septum. The mode of infection, exogenous infections, extension of infection from the neighboring structures, paranasal sinuses, most common mode, endogenous infections, maybe brain abscess and sepsis. The causative organism is Streptococcus pneumoniae or the Staphylococcus aureus. The pathology is the infection occurs early due to the absence of the lymphatics in the orbit. The rapid spread with the extensive necrosis. The damage produced is rapid and extensive. The clinical features are symptoms, the pain, swelling, fever, vision loss. The signs includes the swelling of the lid, axial proptosis, restricted ocular movements, RAPD, and papillitis. The complications include the blinding, optic neuritis, retinal artery occlusion, subperiosteal abscess, orbital abscess, CST, and meningitis. The investigation is by the bacterial culture, hemogram, X-ray, CT, and MRI. Now the treatment is intensive antibiotic therapy, penicillin resistant antibiotic oxacillin, cefotaxime, ciprofloxacin, metronidazole. The analgesics and the anti-inflammatory, topical ointment, nasal decongestant drops. The surgeries are immediate cathotomy, incision into abscess, and drain. Next is the cavernous sinus thrombosis. It is the septic thrombosis of cavernous sinus in a sequel. The acute inflammatory type of proptosis. The clinical features are the bilateral in the more than 50% due to the intercavernous communication, high grade fever with the chills, ipsilateral ophthalmoplegia. The third, fourth, sixth cranial nerve palsy. Sixth involve the first. The ipsilateral proptosis due to the third nerve palsy. The corneal anesthesia due to the involved of the ophthalmic division of fifth cranial nerve, edema in the mastoid region. Now the investigations, it is by the CT scan, MRI, magnetic resonance venography. It is the investigation of the choice, the blood cultures. Now the complications are hyperpyrexia, meningitis. The treatment includes the antibiotics, analgesics, and anti-inflammatory. Now the thyroid eye diseases, it is also known as the Graves' ophthalmopathy. It is most common in the hyperthyroidism in 90% people and the hypothyroidism 4% and the euthyroidism 6%. The clinical features are the retraction of upper eyelid, Dalrymple's sign, which is most common sign, the lid lag, the von Griffith sign, fullness of lid and Roth sign, difficulty in the eversion of upper lid, Zipfort sign, the infrequent blinking, Stalberg sign. The conjunctival signs are Goldacker sign. The ocular motility defect is the unilateral elevator palsy, which is due to the inferior rectus involvement, the convergence weakness, Mobius sign, the edema and the fibrosis of the extraocular muscles, restrictive myopathy. Thank you.